Well, coming to this now, the Ekurhuleni speaker has had his ousting reversed. The move engineered by the so-called Super 7 was deemed unlawful in court, but the group is not letting that hold them back. It plans to lodge another motion of no confidence against him. Pule Letshwiti-Jones brings us the very latest from Kempton Park. And Pule, good to have you. Good morning to you, colleague. What can you tell us from the ground?
Definitely, just a few hours before we enter into the Ekurhuleni Council, where we understand that a motion is expected to be brought against the Speaker, Mr. Raymond Lemini. On the ground, it's a very different story. Service delivery continues to deteriorate. And, you know, one crucial item that has to be passed in Council, of course, is that adjustment budget, which speaks to service delivery, meaning that money that will be taken to the budget to pay service providers to ensure that services, of course, are provided in the city. But, you know, this city has continued to have multiple challenges and issues, such as waste not being collected and, you know, grass just growing all over from the pavement. And just like you can see on my left hand side, there's an unpleasant stench coming from here, from rotten material and, of course, burnt copper cables as well. And we're just going to be speaking to residents, but I'm now joined by one of the community leaders here in Alberton, Mr. Michael Hume. Thank you very much for joining us. This is quite disappointing while the political squabbling continues in council. Just your take on that.
Yeah, Pule, it's a never-ending story, to be honest with you. It's hard. You know, just you can see that it's not only rubbish that's not being collected. This town is really seriously deteriorating. It's from rubbish that's not collected, services not being delivered, including grass, homelessness that's being allowed to just continue unabated around the area. We're not even a block away from the Alberton police station. And people coming to this town must think, gee whiz, what's going on here? Are we safe even outside the police station? Look, I mean, just turn around, have a look on the left-hand side here. You can see that the dumping is unabated in our town. Pule, you know, it's funny, just yesterday we had a letter that we received from various residents in the council, in the community, that had been written to council about these exact problems with photos and everything attached. And the response from the council was, sorry, it's not our problem. See what you can get the community to do about it. Now, we as an organisation are trying our hardest. We do cleanups every second weekend inside this town, and we don't get much support from the political side of things. It's the residents who are getting stuck in and trying to clean up.
I mean, look at the grass. I mean, this is where criminals can hide as well and rob residents around you.
Yeah, and it's not only hiding. You know, this is just pure negligence, to be honest with you, Pule. We find that when the council workers come out, there'll be 15 of them. 3 of them will have a spade, okay? 3 of them will maybe have a spade, and maybe one will have a rake, and 10 sit around and watch. So the question is, why are they paying people for jobs not being delivered? You know, if it was in my own organisation, I can tell you, when we take 20 people out to a park, it takes us 2 hours to clean up a whole entire park. A whole entire park in 2 hours. Something council can't do in 6 months at a time.
That's quite disappointing as well. But just on my left hand side, I can see there's still that you know, rubbish bin there where waste isn't collected. And I'm here today to speak to you guys because just a few weeks ago we were here and we were told something would be done about this. A contractor would be appointed, but nothing has been done.
No, Pule, nothing's being done. I mean, this is only one little section of town.
Right.
You go underneath the bridges in this town, and close to the rivers and the flays and stuff, you'll see the problem is exacerbated under the bridge. I can't take you there because of your own safety at the end of the day. But it's a continuous problem. Just turn to your right, Pule. Have a look down the bottom there. I mean, like I said, this is right outside our police station. I took you a block away and I showed you what was right outside the education department just now.
What are you calling for as residents?
We want action. We want service delivery. I mean, like I said before, you know, we're not worried about who's in political power. What they need to do is stop playing games and put the residents first. Because at the end of the day, without the residents, without the tax base, they can't deliver services anyway. And people in this town are already calling for a rates boycott. They're already calling for a rates and taxes boycott. Now, I don't want to see that happen. It's not the right way to go about things. But what other choice do they have? And if they stop paying rates and taxes, where will the city be?
You say you've tried to get hold of the councillor. Any luck yet?
No, our councillor in this ward is non-existent, unfortunately. We've had meetings at the council building not even 2 weeks ago where he just didn't arrive. I have so much evidence of WhatsApp messages, SMSs that are sent to him, screenshots that are sent to me where there's just absolutely no response, no willpower to do anything whatsoever.
Michael, thank you very much for joining us. Walt Dumelo, there you have it. You know, residents are quite upset with the kind of services, you know, they're not receiving in this metro. It's just quite disappointing. I mean, just about 3 weeks ago, I was speaking to the city. They'd said that a contractor would be appointed to ensure that, this grasses are trimmed and look beautiful and that waste is collected. But I mean, look, this is the order of the day. Nothing seems to be done in this town here in Alberton, and residents are quite upset. In fact, they're thinking of going to the streets and ensuring that they can get the attention of the authorities. And meanwhile, in council, the political squabbling continues.